Good evening, everyone. This is the Air Conservation Commission meeting. It is Thursday, April 28th, 2022. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, in accordance with Chapter 20 of the Act of 2021, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, public bodies otherwise governed by the OML are temporarily relieved from the requirement that meetings be held in public places, open and physically accessible to the public, so long as measures are taken to ensure public access to the body's deliberation through adequate alternative means. This meeting will be live on Zoom. The public may participate remotely by joining Zoom, and the meeting ID number is 840-4058-0886, or by calling 929-205-6099. For additional information about remote participation, please contact Conservation Commission at concom@ayer.ma.us or by calling 978-772-8220, extension 143 prior to the meeting. Do we have confirmation of agenda?
Yeah, I guess haven't heard of any progress from the cruisers, so I think that item is off the agenda, or the
Okay.
request for determination of applicability.
All right. Well, that's good. We can use the time for something else.
Yeah, we'll probably be on till 10 or 11 tonight anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to say that the commission members that are with us this evening are Jen Amaya as member. We have George Bacon as member. We have Jess Gugino as member clerk, myself, John Schmellenberger as chair, and Mark Phillips, vice chair, is not with us this evening. Do we have approval of the meeting minutes for April 14th, 2022?
Well, we actually probably have to vote on confirming the agenda as amended.
Okay. Motion to confirm the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by George Bacon, seconded by Jen Amaya. We will do a roll call vote. Jen, how do you vote?
Aye.
George, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jess, how do you vote?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Now, approval of meeting minutes for April 14th, 2022. Any comments, changes, criticism?
Wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't dare. I know. No.
Yeah.
No.
I'd crumble.
You'd crumble. Nicely written as always, Jess. Thank you. Public input. If there is-
You have to vote to approve those too.
Oh, I'm off my game.
That's because we have a short meeting.
Yes, so. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes of April 14th, 2022 as written?
So moved.
Second, sorry.
We have motion was moved by George Bacon, seconded by Mark, or by Mark Amaya and Jen Amaya. I'll do a roll call vote. Jen, how do you vote?
Aye.
George, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jess, how do you vote?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Passes unanimously. And what did the moderator say? I so declare or something like
And I
that?
so declare, yeah.
Sounds, I like that. I'm not going to do it. Public input. If there's anyone out there listening or viewing, if you would want to make a comment, ask a question, now's the time. Okay, hearing none, then we will move on. Is Caleb Ford?
I don't see him anywhere. I had contacted him. He said he was going to be present tonight, but people do forget, so
Sure.
we could move on.
Yeah, we'll
unless he
circle
comes
back
out
to him
later.
if
Yeah,
he shows up. Then our next item for this evening is a discussion on the conservation agent position. Heather Hampson, would you please join us?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you. So we've had several interviews with Ms. Hampson, and I think we've all satisfied with her answers, with her experience, her sort of views of the way she thinks things should run in the conservation office. And is there any discussion from commissioners before we move on? Nope. All right.
Oh,
Then
what do we do for hazing?
hazing.
Yeah.
I'll let you come up with that one, Jess.
Wait, what?
I don't know where that came from.
Oh, sorry, my cat probably she just jumped in her banana box. That could have been that noise.
Oh,
Alrighty, well, I think we're all satisfied and would thoroughly enjoy having you join us on the commission. Look forward to
Oh, thank
working with you. Do you have anything you want to say?
I just want to thank the board, the commission very much for the opportunity to work with you guys. Some of you, if you're looking at my experience, this is something I've been working towards for several years, and it's such a relief to finally been offered the position. And I just want to thank you guys very much. I'm looking forward to working with you guys, and I'm just super excited. And I know we talked today about the start date, and can't come soon enough for me. So I just can't wait to start going at it.
Yeah. Well, good. We're glad to have you for sure. Can we talk about the start date? I mean, when we're going to do that at this point in time?
I think so.
Yeah, I think June 6th is the target date for Heather to join us. That'll give time, hopefully, to find someone to fill her current position. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Is there a motion to approve Heather Hansen as conservation agent for the Air Conservation Commission?
I
So
think we have
moved.
to approve and recommend her to the town manager for actual appointment.
Right. I thought that was going to
Got
be
that,
sort of
George?
in a letter.
Yeah.
That won't just be in a letter to Robert.
Yeah,
Okay, so motion to approve and have Robert recommend or appoint her as the conservation agent for the Air Conservation Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it was moved by George Bacon, seconded by Jeremiah. We'll do a roll call vote. Jen, how do you vote?
Aye.
George, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jess, how do you vote? Chair votes aye. And I know that Mark was in favor as well. So I'm going to say it was unanimous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I have
Um,
one question, actually one question.
Yes.
Heather, have you done much in the field with wetland delineations?
Unfortunately, with my prior position, I had not. And another unfortunate thing about last month, I think this MACC had a four course Saturday course on like a basic wetland delineation. But unfortunately, it was $250, which is something I could not afford on my own. So I'm hoping that they offer that again at some point soon, after I start. And it's something that the commission would, look forward to me doing something that it was really, I'm like, no, this is something I need to do. And it was literally like just a month ago. I think it was just in March that they had done it. And I was like, oh, that would have been perfect. So hopefully they offer that
Yeah.
again. And it's something I could start doing, because I have done one real quick, like basic introduction to like modeling and stuff, but I haven't done stuff like that in a long time. But that's one thing I'm looking forward to doing, is being able to start attending these classes and stuff and get more background on things.
Well,
If the commission would still be inclined.
I raised that because something came in the mail today, the Mass Associate or Mass Society of Municipal Conservation Professionals.
Ooh, that's a
is
new one.
having- Yeah, so that's another good organization.
Yeah.
With MACC. And they're having a full day workshop visiting 3 different sites as well.
Mhm.
Down in Norton on Wednesday, June 8th.
Okay.
And I don't know, we should consider whether we ought to send you down to that.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be up to doing anything the commission would like, so that's
So
fine
if
by
you
me.
want, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Not mandatory because it's driving, but
Yeah, that's, that to me is not it's not a
Yeah.
killer, just, so I went to one stormwater one in Natick that was all day and it got out at like 5. I'm like, I'm not driving down Route 9 now. So I just hopped across the street, went to the mall for an hour until traffic died down, then I drove home.
yeah, this be June 8th, so they wouldn't be doing Patriots practices. It's near Foxborough, so
Oh, okay. All
Nothing
right,
to-
well, that's not so bad.
nothing to watch there, but
It's by Great Woods though, so you might have concerts. You'll want to check out for that.
okay.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
It's a workshop on identifying soils, vegetation.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, yeah, any of those things would be good, because that's one thing where, I mean, I know some plants, but yeah, the soils and other things any new information is good.
All right, I'll forward that to you.
Oh, very good, thank you.
Okay, anything else before we move on? Besides, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, then,
I guess conservation updates.
conservation updates. Okay, first one, and George, prepare yourself because you're gonna have to weigh in. Got a message the other day, too late to get on the agenda, but okay. Of somebody over on Sunflower Court, which is Pondview Estates, wants to put in a patio over the crushed stone under her sun porch. And we are now going to experiment to see if I can actually succeed at screen sharing. So
It's the second story sun porch.
yeah, so
There's
here's
the
the,
space under the,
okay. So this is the area, so that there's the sun porch itself. You can see the bottom of it. Does everybody see that?
yep.
Can I make it bigger? Does that help? This is new to me, technology. So she wants to turn that into a patio instead of the stone. And this is what the neighbor, the next house, the next condo over has something like that. So it's not that it hasn't been done, but hold on. This is actually working. I've got it. You're gonna have, okay, you have to bear with me.
We have time.
Okay, so here's the thing is you can see behind Mrs. Courtney, the stone underneath the stairway under the sun porch. She would like to come around and about where she's standing, she would like to extend that.
We still got the same picture, Jess,
I do?
as well, I do. I still have the original picture.
Okay, maybe I have to close out that. Okay, hold on a sec. Yeah, see, I'm not very good at this. Let's see, share screen. Okay, I'm getting it. Can you see?
Yep.
Okay. So she would like to have the patio stones come out about where she's standing. So it goes around, but as you can see, it's very close to that fence, and then beyond the fence is the retaining wall, drops down sharply. And then I think the pond is about close to 30, 40 feet away. So my question is, because I'm not a real agent, I was thinking it was sort of a no-brainer if she just wanted to stay under the sun porch like her neighbor. Just wondering, doing the extension And she'd like to go a little bit further along the side as well. But doing the extension closer to the fence, what do you think? Do we need to do? What do you think in terms of what review we need to do? So the question came to us, does conservation have to weigh in on this?
She's not taking it to the fence
Not to the fence, just about to where she's
where
standing.
she's standing?
Yeah, it's about 3 feet.
You asking for our opinion?
Yeah, especially George.
All right, George, we'll let you go first.
I don't think there's an issue here. I mean, it is conversion of lawn and an already disturbed area, and so uh, as long as she's not changing the runoff into the over the wall, I don't see an issue.
Okay,
How about you, Jen?
I think just from the pictures, even if we did like a site visit or whatever, I'd be fine with it. Looks,
And you said that she was going to do flagstone or
yeah, something like that.
so
Just
it'll be,
patio stones. Just
Yep.
something to get away from the crushed stone, which is. And also, if you can see where she's standing, that area tends to get wet and her dog runs back and forth. So it gets a little muddy. So it'd be nice to, she wants to get rid of that little mud area. But it would still, yes, I'm fine with it myself. And also you've got the fence there that is going to let some things through, but it's not going to let, I mean, I'm not worried about any sediment coming through.
Yeah,
Okay, so I can just send her something in writing that says, you know, because I guess the homeowners association also wanted wanted something from conservation of whether we needed to weigh in on it. So I will say we don't need to weigh in.
yep.
as long as she doesn't go any further, right? Like if she wants to take it to the fence, then maybe, but
As not to fence. Okay, that sounds good. By the way, the last meeting, okay, so the last meeting, I brought up the property over Sean Eves, who wanted to do who's doing the sitting area in Grove Pond, and then he wanted to do an extension along back of his house for more patio, and I contacted him. He did submit an RDA, but in his RDA, it said he was about 135 feet from the pond, which I said, well, that's why I'm the interim. I should have asked that at the start. He's not even jurisdictional. So I said, have at it. So that one won't be coming before us. Long Pond Dam. Let's see, closing this. The new beaver deceiver was installed today at
Oh.
Long Pond Dam, and
Great.
the pipe, they couldn't use any of the old pipe. It was completely buried, and in order to get to that, they'd have had to disturb a whole lot of sediment, so it wasn't usable. So that was a shame. So we're going to get billed the full price on it. They put the pipe a little bit further to the right. It goes in a slightly different direction to the only other area that is deep enough for the intake where the water enters. So it's opened up and the water's flowing through quite briskly right now. So hopefully the level will begin to drop because it's still flooding some of the area near there.
How far will that drop it, Jess? Do you know? A foot, 8
No,
inches?
It should be hopefully a good 8 inches.
Yeah.
Because you know, there's a rock, a boulder that usually you can see the top of. Haven't seen the top of that for quite a while. And if you're back at the beginning of that path where the DPW's chain goes across, that area is still pretty, has a lot of standing water. So it would be good for the trees in the area to get the water level down. So then we're going to just see how smart our beavers are. Making an announcement that May 4th, which is next week at 7 p.m., the Community Preservation Committee is holding its public forum on, for people's input on, to go into the new update of the community preservation plan. So if anybody happens to be around, even if you're in California, I'm sure you could still sign in. Just making that announcement. North County Land Trust, when the budget passed, that included the $10,000 for us to enter into a contract with North County. And I don't think we can do too much until that contract goes into effect, which won't be till July 1st, but Anna Wilkins wants to meet with me to have coffee to discuss, I think, logistics. So let's start that up, but just all we need to do at this point is finalize the contract and get that going. And maybe, I think she's going to have an interest in meeting with the whole commission. So maybe we could do that in later in May or in one of our June meetings, so that once we've decided what our priorities are and get the contract goes into effect July 1st, they can get going. Does that sound okay?
Does.
All right.
Maybe June would be a little bit better because we'll officially have Heather then too, so she can be a part of the conversation.
Oh, good point. NCLT June, because Heather. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So also we got a draft. Speaking of conservation restrictions, got a draft of a first version of the conservation restriction from the lawyer for Dan Aho for Shaker Mill Pond, that subdivision, which I think we can at this point start just looking at and making suggestions, with the idea that eventually when it's finalized, that would be under the review of North County Land Trust. But I think with their arrangement, and Heather, you might be able to say something on this, but with their arrangement with the planning board, technically they are supposed to have the CR complete before they can start getting occupancy permits. But because the state does not yet have a reviewer for CRs, I think the planning board's going to have to waive that. But the idea is at least the CR should be well in process. The documentation should be well in process anyway, so that once the state does have a reviewer, it's in good shape to move forward. So
Was that sent to the office, Jess? That-
yeah, it came in yesterday afternoon, so I've already put it in the folder for our next meeting,
Okay.
reading material. And 726, that's, most of what I had. The other thing is, when Mark's back and Jen, you're back from your travels too, I think at our next meeting, we should talk about scheduling a site visit, some Saturday to go review some of the big sites, and at a time when Heather can also join us, but just to reacquaint ourselves as well with Solar 2, Shaker Mill Pond, Panther Place, and John Carroll Reserve, just to do quick visits to all of those. Would be my suggestion someday when we have time.
Yeah, they've been not ignored, but we hadn't
Yeah.
had eyes on them for a long time.
Well, and over the winter too. But the latest report from the environmental monitor for Solar 2, it does look like they're progressing on bringing it back into some compliance with the order of conditions. She's still pointing out areas where the erosion controls need to be replaced, or some sediment cleared, but the list is getting shorter, so it's heading in the right direction.
Good.
Okay, the funding for CPC funding for the Flanagan Pond feasibility study passed at town meeting, along with our funding for treatment of the ponds this year. John, did you want to say anything more about the feasibility study? What's next for that?
Well, there are about 6 possible sites on Flanagan's Pond to have a public access. And they all have their positives, they all have their negatives. We just have to sort of find the one that's the best. And that involves parking. It's got to have a little bit of parking. It's got to have sort of ADA accessible, ADA access to so it can't be a real steep embankment. And so the next step is to get the money, is to do the study, look at all the sites, have an engineer really look at them and figure out which is the best. Take it from there.
Okay,
I think I'm voting for that piece of property on Groton Harvard Road, that $350,000 lot. Buy that.
for 350,000.
That's right. It's a bargain.
We're kidding.
We're kidding.
We
Okay.
sent, speaking of $350,000 lot, did we send the realtor a
Yes.
note?
I'm going to send that tomorrow,
Okay,
just to say, hey, just be aware when you're showing it to people that this has our wetland bylaws in effect. So the undisturbed shoreline for 50 feet needs to stay undisturbed. And if there are wetlands further up in the property, which it is pretty wet, I don't know if it qualifies fully as wetland, but that, the Wetland Protection Act and the bylaw both apply. So just be aware. And if anybody you're selling it to asks if they need to disclose that. So,
Yeah.
and I'm going to send that certified so that we have proof that we informed everybody what we
thank
could.
you.
We should also try to follow up on that access to Sandy Pond next to the public beach area, that a fenced off area that you could wide enough to get a canoe
Yeah,
down. It's been discussed. I think it's a pretty good idea, but
I don't know if it'll move forward this year.
yeah,
That was raised at a CPC meeting because Jason Mayo was there, and he's he's head of the Parks Commission. And I think because they're focused on the playground this year, I don't know that we're going to get very far on that.
Yep.
But yes, that should be our next goal. Okay. Other than that, now I got nothing.
Can you tell us about that 9 Jonathan Drive? What is that all about?
I'd mentioned it before. I just assume it, hold on a sec.
You don't have to go into details. I was just curious as to.
Let me just find a picture. One of the ones that's good. He's eventually going to want to put an addition on the house. Cancel this. But he was talking about this year, he wants to do a, yeah, okay, hold on. I'm going to share my screen again. Can you see my cursor moving on this?
Yep.
Oh, you can.
Yes.
So eventually, he's going to want to extend this wall of the house. Not have the house come out, but extend the wall to create a garage. So, and right now where you see this grass, that would become a driveway, and then you go around into the garage.
Yep.
This is a wetland system that we've done permitting for and had issues with elsewhere in the neighborhood. And it's a fairly steep, well, it goes down fairly, it's a good angle down, but he was talking about this year wanting to do some leveling in this area for a playground, for a play set for his daughter. And he didn't know exactly what he wanted to do. So I had invited him to come in and just talk to us. And at that point, we could also give him some advice for what permitting he'd need to do down the road when he wants to do the building and house extension.
Yep.
But it's a nice day out, nice night out. So I can put him on our next agenda if he wants. And see if
Okay.
he's not shown up tonight.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah,
Anything else?
that's it. I mean, this is really uncharacteristic of us for years, we have not had slow meetings, but here we
No.
are. So,
No. Don't get used to that, Heather. Oh, going back to either Zoom or in person. What are your thoughts? I know, George, what I remember what you said. Jen, how are you feeling?
I mean, I'll show up wherever you tell me to show up, but I told you last time we talked about this that I'm still not gonna wear real pants, so I'm gonna show up in leggings. That's what you get.
well, we're sitting at that big table, so nobody
No
can
one
see right
knows.
there.
I mean, unless there's some crazy spike or something like that.
Yeah.
And then if one of us gets sick or gets exposed or whatever, we still have a Zoom option. Like how
Yeah.
I Zoom in that one time.
Yeah, and I think,
Yes.
I think the select board will just need to okay a policy on that at some point, but I've mentioned that to Robert, he was gonna look into it. Because I had asked if you can't make it because you've been exposed or or tested positive, can you still vote by Zoom? And he was gonna
He
look.
said
into
no.
that. Hmm?
I thought he said no. But if-
Yeah, I don't remember him saying one way or the other.
Oh, okay. Maybe I made it up, but I thought
Yeah.
I thought he said that if
Maybe-
you're in person and you're not there, you can't vote.
Okay. We'll
I don't
confirm
think I
that.
was allowed to vote when I was Zoomed in, but that was a long time ago, so I don't remember.
Okay.
All right. Well, we can just continue on Zoom until George starts steaming out of his ears.
So you want our next meeting by Zoom then?
Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah, so our next meeting, if it's Zoom, that's fine. Just have to change the agenda when we go to in-person meetings, so
Yeah.
it's different wording.
We can have another discussion when Mark's back, see how he feels.
Okay,
I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, that's for sure. But should be all what you all want to do, or comfortable with.
okay.
But if we're in person, there will be cookies.
Okay. But will they be good?
Well, Marilyn will make them, so yeah, they'll be good. Any other discussion?
Have we heard anything about Stratton Hill?
They are coming in next week to just meet informally with the town planner. And I will be there, and maybe John. But they haven't gotten to the stage of submitting the preliminary subdivision plan yet, so. So we'll
Jess,
see.
may I ask a question real quick?
No,
I was just gonna ask, when you have that meeting with Stratton Hill, can you just double check with like Robert and Mark and make sure it receives something that I could possibly attend, since that'll probably be coming when I'm sitting in the agent position. It'd probably be nice to know
okay,
what's going on with that.
yeah, okay,
Thank you.
okay, will do, good point. And so that would be next Wednesday at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
At last I heard. So yeah, so it may start getting active again. Or it sounds like it is going to start getting active. Don't know exactly when they'll be submitting to the planning board, so that determines where they set their different time clocks. Because I think preliminary subdivision plan has a 45-day, and I think the definitive subdivisions have, is it 90 days? Or something
I
like that?
have it written on the board behind my desk, but yeah, preliminary I know is 45. I think definitive might be 90, if not longer.
But then
But
the,
yeah, it has quite a bit of time for definitive, but preliminary is pretty short.
yeah, and then the And you can extend it if the developer or the applicant grants an extension, so but yeah, the planning board is constrained by certain time issues. So,
Okay, the fun begins again.
so we should know more after next week. So at our next meeting, be able to say something.
Great. Anything else?
Short meeting.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know what to do. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
It's moved by George Bacon, seconded by Jen Amaya. We'll do a roll call vote. Jen, how do you vote?
aye.
George, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jess, how do you vote?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are adjourned unanimously. Thank you all.